This is the riffle fan, something that I will not be teaching in this video, but it's fun to do, so. But now for why you're actually here. Imagine a card trick done for two spectators where each selects a playing card. Or for one person who can remember two cards, which is very rare by the way. Those two cards are shuffled into the deck and then a packet of cards is taken from the deck at random. After the spectators have had a chance to mess around with the packet, the selected cards are found. In the words of the creator of this trick, it's a beauty, an impossibility to laymen, and I've thoroughly confused quite a few magicians with it. With the potential to fool laymen and magicians, this might be worth learning. What up crew, it is Magic Monday and this is your place to learn magic, master your performance, and captivate audiences. Today we'll be taking a look at a card trick created by the man, Harry Lorraine, known as Pleasing Combination. And you know why it's called that? Because it's a pleasing combination. What a great joke. I hate myself. So before we get started, make sure to smash that like button, hit subscribe, grab your favorite deck of playing cards, and now, let's do it. Alright yo, so check this out. For those of you who are curious, today we're going to be using the Casino 54 playing cards, which are now live on Kickstarter if you want to go ahead and check them out. We'll start by giving the deck a shuffle, as we usually do. Maybe a couple of strip cuts, and one final cut. Now we need two cards selected. Let's just say one card over here and one card over here. Ideally, you want to do this for two spectators, but since it's only me and you here, when you're kind of here with me, I'm going to show you one card at a time, and you're going to have to do your best to memorize it. Here you go. Card number one. I'll give you an extra second this time. There was your extra second. Take a look at it. Hopefully you have them memorized. Give you another second, and there you go. If you forget it now, that's on you. It's no longer on me. I've given you all the time that I could. All right, and that should be fine. Card number two. Take a look at it and memorize it. All right, do your best. Do your best now. Here we go. One more second. Slowly fading away. Slowly. It's gone. All right, it's gone. You've lost your chance. So again, shuffle it up, and I want to do something different. I want you to trust me. Here we go. I'm gonna spread out the cards like this, and let me show you. Your cards probably nowhere near the top, right? Cards nowhere near the top, and your cards are probably not anywhere near the bottom, right? Right. Okay, cool. So this means that your card is lost in the deck. And the crazy part is, no one knows. So I'm going to keep on cutting until I feel like I know where your card is. And if I mess up, then I guess I mess up. But let's just say we stop around here. Let me grab a couple of cards, this many cards, and I'll put the rest of the cards over to the side. I'll give you this packet, and I want you to take it and do this this special technique called the deal and the duck. So you're going to deal one card. You know what the deal is. Ducking is when you put the top card on the bottom. So duck. Deal and duck. Deal and duck. Deal and duck until you have one card left, which happens pretty quickly. And we take that, leave it on the table face down. And I guess I'll mix these cards up a little bit. Something like this. Something like this. And check it out. Are any of these two your cards? No. Okay, cool. Are any of these two your cards? No. Okay. Okay, well, check this out. I'm going to keep this one in the center face down. Going to flip this one over. Boom. One of the cards, 9 of hearts. That's right. What was the second card? 9 of diamonds, you say? Well, there it is. 9 of hearts and 9 of diamonds. Boom. Here we go. So welcome to the tutorial. Like I said in the beginning, this trick is by Harry Lorraine and it's called A Pleasing Combination. Now I did make a couple of changes to it just because I want to adjust it to the way I perform, and I feel like I want to sell the effect more to laymen and other magicians as well, so it's easier to fool them. So given that background, let's go ahead and break it down. As you saw in my performance, we're going to start by having two cards selected at random by a spectator. Let's have card number 1 and 2 just selected together. I don't know if you've seen this, but I've seen many times when I perform, they always pick the cards that are right next to each other. I wouldn't say always, but like 75% of the time, they always like pick the cards that are right next to each other, which is weird. So we have the 2 of spades and the 6 of spades. Let's say the spectator selected those two cards. Now, if you're doing this for a single spectator, you can kind of do what I did in the beginning, where you kind of have them memorize one card, put it in, shuffle it up, then put the other card in, shuffle it up, and so on and so forth. But ideally, you want to do this with 2 spectators, just because it's a lot more involving and it's just a bit more fun with more people. So 2 people we have. First person picked the 2 of spades. We're going to take the 2 of spades and we want to control it to 3rd from the top, okay? So whatever control you want to use, an easy control that you can probably use is known as a double undercut, where if you just peel off 2 cards here from the bottom, here we go, 1, 2, and you give the deck a cut, you can put this on the bottom, align those up, and then cut this to the top and cut from right above the break to the top as well. So this way you'll see 2 random cards, and then you'll see your selected card, or the spectator's selected card. Now obviously, we don't like taking the easy way out, so I had to come up with something where we can have a bit more fun and make it seem like a more legitimate shuffle. So I like to do the overhand shuffle. I love doing that shuffle. I do it all the time, every day, every minute, every second. So for the overhand shuffle, you can actually control 2 cards to the top of the deck. And if you want more detail on the overhand shuffle, I have a full masterclass on it. You can go ahead and check it out. But pretty much what you're doing is throwing over a packet of cards. You're going to shuffle over 1, 2 cards on top of that. Push this back like this. Continue shuffling right on top of it. And since you have this card out jogged, all you're going to do is push down and forward. Now you're going to keep shuffling like this until you get to that break here. Then once you have this back on top, you can see 2 random cards, and the selected card is now 3rd from the top. Pretty cool. So up to speed, it would look something like this. We have 2 of spades. We're going to shuffle it up. Right, overhand shuffle style. And if it's messy, that's completely fine. It sells the effect kind of a bit more. So 2 random cards, and then the selected card. Now that we have that card 3rd from the top, we want this card now on the top, so I have it returned right to the top of the deck, and I literally just do an overhand shuffle. Exact same thing, except instead of shuffling 2 cards over, I out-jog this just immediately, shuffle everything over on top of that, down forward, and obviously I love having cards fall all over the place, as you can see. But regardless, we have this card now at the top, 6 of spades, and then 3 cards below that, we have the second card, the 2 of spades. Or sorry, this was the first card, this was the second card. So we have all the cards that we need. From here, I wanted to sell the effect even more, right? Because now if I did what I did in my performance, if I spread out the cards and I show you, oh, look at the cards on top, you'll easily spot like, oh, wait, my card's on top and then 4th from the top. Something's not right, obviously. So after I'm done shuffling, I create a crimp on the bottom of these playing cards here. So literally you can just use your pinky and just push in, right? So to use your pinky here, push in like this. And you can see it kind of creates a crimp here when you let go. This card will now no longer be flat. So if you give the deck a cut, like this, you'll see the crimped card at its location. And all you have to do is, to get back to where your location is, because now remember, this crimp is kind of being used as a key. So right underneath the crimp will be your stack of 4 cards that you need to follow. So you can give the deck a cut after you crimp the cards. And I like to spread them out and show the spectator, I want you to trust me. So I want to show you the card's no longer on top and it's nowhere near the bottom. And you can flash all of that towards the spectator just so they seem a bit more secure. And then you could say, okay, let me cut someone random in the deck. And then you cut right to your crimp, right? You cut right to your crimp. Remember, the crimp goes on the bottom of the deck, not the top. And then you can see the top 4 cards will remain the same, 6 of spades and the 2 of spades. At this point, all you're going to do is grab the top 6 cards, and you want to not make it seem super obvious, like 1, 2, 3. No, don't do that. I'd recommend just pushing packet of 3, throw that down, and very casually, don't count it out like I'm saying, and don't draw any attention to it. Just say I'm getting a few random cards, putting it here. Hand this now over to the spectator, or one of the 2 spectators, and have them deal 1 card and duck 1 card, pretty much exactly what I did in my performance. So deal, duck, deal, duck, deal, duck, deal, duck, deal. So this card will be the first spectator selected card, 2 of spades. So you tell them deal duck until there's 1 card left, put it on the table face down. They have not seen it yet. Now you're gonna grab this. Now Harry Lorraine really loves doing the anti-pharaoh. All right, and so the way that it's gonna work is you're gonna push out the second card from the bottom and then the second card from the top. Because if you look at this card order right now, the second selected card is on the bottom of the deck. So you push out the second from the top and second from the top, second from the bottom. And you're gonna take these out and put them on the bottom of the packet. So now the spectator's second spectator selected card comes right to the center. And then you want to shuffle them up, and all you're going to do while shuffling up is reverse the order. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the spectator's selected card will stay right in the center. So doing that all up to speed, I know I kind of covered a lot. I just kind of make it seem as sloppy as possible, like this, and then you'll see the spectator selected card will be in the center. And what you can do from here is you can say, we're going to try to find your card. So you can say, are any of these 2 your card? Flip over the top 2 cards, they're going to say no. Any of these 2 your card? Flip over the bottom 2 cards, they're going to say no. push this card forward and say, okay, let's try flipping over this card. And you're going to use this packet, but I assume this is closer, to flip over this card and say, oh my god, look at that. The first selected card, the 2 of spades. And what was the second selected card? 6 of spades. Oh my god, there it is. The 2 of spades and the 6 of spades. There you have a pleasing combination. I hope you were pleased with this combination. To watch another classic magician fooling card trick, you can click on this video right over here. A lot of people have liked it, and I think you might too. Thanks for spending your time with me. Love you guys. If you're able to help support me by joining the underground club down below, that would really be appreciated and absolutely mean the world. And if not, that's okay too. See you really soon. Deck drop.